Second down and 9 from their own 35. Just over 9 minutes to go in the quarter, and they need to score on this drive. Looking for the blitz that he knows is coming. And it is. He's through. He caught them napping, and now he's got nothing but open field ahead of him. Touchdown!
All right, good morning, everybody. We are set to go here at Thanksgiving here at Randolph Memorial Field. This is Larry Azer coming to you for RCTV on Thanksgiving Day. We thank you for joining us. It is also Senior Day here, and we're going to be introducing in a pregame ceremony our senior football players, cheerleaders, and band members, along with their parents. And that ceremony is set to get started in just a minute. Morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. As you can see, it's a little bit of a sunny day here, although it is rather chilly. But we're in our brand new press box right here. You can see behind us. This is very exciting here. So let's go down the field. We're going to start introducing our senior players. Starting off with number 9, our senior Dante Barros, accompanied by his guest David Washington. He's been on the football team for 3 years. He's a member of the Student Class Council and the Student Advisory Club, and he's also on the basketball team at RHS. His most memorable experience was getting a catch in the Whittier game, and he hopes to attend Stonehill College upon graduation.
And Malika Brown. He's played with the Randolph High School football team for 3 years, and for Mansfield High.
Next up, we have Leonard Brown, accompanied by his parents, Leonard Sr. and Malika Brown.
For 3 years prior to high school.
He's been on the team for 3 years, and he played in Mansfield his freshman year. Played 3 years at Pop Warner prior to that. He's a member of the Student Council, and his most memorable experience is looking in the stands and seeing his family cheering him on. And upon graduation, he hopes to attend Harvard University.
Jonathan Burke. Jonathan is accompanied by his parents, Jacqueline and Ewan Burke. He has played with the Randolph High School football team for 3 years.
Next up, we have Jonathan Burke, accompanied by his parents, Jacqueline and Ewan Burke. He's been on the team for 3 years as well, also plays baseball, and also has 3 years of Pop Warner experience. And his most memorable experience was participating in the 2010 preseason RHS football camp.
Next up, we have Deshaun Connolly. Deshaun is accompanied by
Next up, we have Deshaun Connolly, accompanied by his parents, Tanya and Michael Connolly. He's been on the football team all 4 years of high school. And upon graduation, he hopes to attend college and pursue a degree in criminal justice.
Upon graduation, Deshaun aspires to attend college, pursuing a degree in criminal justice. Next up is Jason Johnson Dillon.
Next up, we have one of the captains, Jason Johnson Dillon, accompanied by his mother, Stacy Dixon, and cousin DeAndre Koch. He's been on the football team all 4 of his years. And he's been captain this year, as I said. He also played for Pop Warner and a volunteer as a coach's assistant his freshman year. His most memorable experience was catching a punt return for a touchdown his senior year. And upon graduation, he hopes to attend college, continue to play football, and pursue a degree majoring in education and kinesiology.
Xavier Estrella. Xavier is accompanied
Jason.
by his grandmother, Diana
Mother
Estrella,
Stacy on the
and
left.
Berto Colon.
Head of the Football Booster Club.
He has played with the Randolph High School football team for 3 years.
Next up on the screen, Xavier Estrella, accompanied by his grandmother, Diana Estrella, along with Berto Colon. He's been on the football team for 3 years. He played in Pop Warner for 6 years. He's also on the Randolph High track team. And upon graduation, he hopes to attend college as well. Xavier Estrella.
Princeton Facey. Princeton is accompanied by his father, Leighton Facey. He has played with the
Next
Randolph
up,
High
another
School
one of the
football
captains,
team
number
for
44,
2
Brinston
years.
Facey,
He's earned
accompanied by his
recognition of
father,
captain of the
Leighton
varsity
Facey.
football team. Before
He's been
attending
on the football
Randolph
team
High,
for 2
Brinston
years.
played football for Catholic Memorial.
Before
Brinston
coming to
has
Randolph
also
High
earned the
2 years ago, he
following
played for
honors:
Catholic
2010
Memorial.
MVP, 2010
He was the
Player of
2010
Year,
MVP,
and the
2010 Player of the Year, and the Old Spice Player of the Year. His most memorable experience was last year's breast cancer walk for the football boosters. And upon graduation, he hopes to attend college, continue playing football, and pursue a degree in accounting. That's
David Fry is next up.
Brinston Facey.
David is accompanied by his parents, David and Susan Fry. He has played for the Randolph High School football team for 4 years. He has earned the recognition of captain of the varsity football team. David also participates in wrestling, tennis, the Asian club.
Next up, we have another one of the captains, number 67, David Fry.
His most memorable experience in football is the game-winning sack in overtime.
Accompanied by his parents, David and Susan Fry. He's been on the football team for 4 years. He also participates in wrestling, tennis, the Asian club, student council, and class council. His most memorable experience is the winning sack in overtime against Case.
Jason is accompanied by his guest. He has
And that's
played with the
David
Randolph
Fry
High
there.
School football team for 1 year. Jason also participates in baseball and soccer. His most memorable experiences in football include his growing friendships
Next
with
up
his
beyond that on the far side of the field
and making his first
is number
40-yard
12, Jason
field goal.
Gonzalez.
Upon
He's been on the
graduation,
football team for
he
1
plans to
year,
attend
also
college.
plays baseball and soccer here at Randolph High. And
Ryan
most
Gordon.
memorable experience is making his first 40-yard field goal, and
Ryan
he
is
also hopes to
accompanied by
attend
his
college
parents,
next year.
Paul and Nancy Gordon. He has played with the Randolph High School football team for 4 years.
Next up, Ryan Gordon,
participates in baseball,
with his
wrestling,
parents
and is
Paul and
captain
Nancy
of the
Gordon.
robotics club. Ryan has
He's
also
been on the
received
football
his
team
Eagle
4
Scout
years.
Award,
He's also on the
highest
baseball
rank in
team, the
Boy
wrestling
Scouts
team,
of
and is
America.
captain of the
His
robotics
most
club.
memorable experiences in
Ryan has
football
received the
include-
Eagle Scout, the
include meeting
highest
friends and the
rank
excitement
in the Boy
of
Scouts
these
of America.
Thanksgiving games. Upon graduation,
Ryan aspires to attend college.
Francis Camara. Francis is accompanied by Camden Camara and Constant Barkin. He has played with the Randolph High School football team for
Next
4
up, number
years.
33, Francis Camara, accompanied by Camden Camara and
Francis
Constant
also
Barkin.
participates in track.
He's been on the
His most
football team
memorable
for 4
experiences
years
in
and also
football include
participates
when
in
he
track.
returned his first kick return for a
His most
touchdown.
memorable
He's seen
experience was when he
himself
returned
grow
his
as a
first
player.
kick return for a
Upon
touchdown.
graduation, Francis aspires to play
Upon
college
graduation,
football
he
or create a
aspires
business
to play
where he can
college
help
football.
those in need.
Will create a business where he can help those in need. Number 33, Francis Camara there on your screen.
Next up is Peter Lusant Jr. Peter is
Coming up
accompanied
next here on your
by
screen,
Tony
number
Price,
3,
director of
Peter
athletics.
Lasant
He
Jr.,
has played with the
accompanied
Randolph
by
High School football team for 1
a
year.
guest. He's
He
been
has
with
also
the
played for Fitchburg
football
and
team for 1
Leominster
year.
High
He's
Schools.
also played for Fitchburg
He
and
also
Leominster
enjoys
High
track
Schools.
and basketball. His
He
most
also
memorable
enjoys
experiences
track
in
and
football
basketball.
include his first touchdown, winning the first
His most
game, and
memorable
also
experience in
experiencing
football
some
was his
tough
first
losses, but
touchdown
working
and
hard
winning
to
his
be
first
better.
game,
Upon graduation,
and
Peter
experiencing hard
aspires
losses
to
but
attend
working
college,
hard to
continue
get
to
better.
play football,
Upon
and pursue a
graduation, he
degree
aspires to attend
in
college,
sociology.
continue to play football, and pursue a degree majoring in sociology.
Armani Reed. Armani is accompanied by his parents Emmett and Carla Reed. He has played for
Next
the
up,
Randolph
number
High School
34,
football
one
team
of the
for
other
4
captains,
years. Prior to high school,
Armani
played
Reed,
football for the Randolph
accompanied
Football
by his
Club
parents
League for
Emmett
5
and
years
Carla
and
Reed.
volunteered as a youth
He's been with the
coach
football
for
team for
18
4
in his
years, and
freshman
prior to
year.
that, he played in
He's
Pop
earned the
Warner for
recognition
5
of
years,
captain for 2
and he volunteered
years.
as a youth football
Armani
coach
participates
for
in
the
winter
18
and
during his
spring track
freshman
and
year.
field, and has
This is
also earned the
Armani's
following
second year as a
honors:
captain
Player
of the
of the
football
Week
team.
and the 2010
He also
Old Spice
participates
Player
in
of the
winter and
Year.
spring track and
His
field.
most memorable experiences in football
He has
include
earned
leading
such
his team
honors as
through
Player
thick
of the
and
Week
thin.
and the 2010
On
Old
graduation,
Spice
Armani
Player of the Year.
aspires to attend college.
His most memorable experience in
Brian
football was
White.
leading his team through thick and thin.
Brian is accompanied by his mother, Lori Lamar White, his godparents, Richard and Linda Pugsley, and his grandparents, John and Anna Lamar.
Next up, entering the field, number 52,
He is
Brian
played with
White,
the Randolph
accompanied
High
by
School
his
football
mother,
team for
Lori
4
Lamar
years.
White,
Prior
godparents
to high
Richard and
school,
Linda
Brian played
Pugsley,
for the Randolph
and grandparents
Holbrook
John and
Pop
Anna
Warner
Lamar.
League for 7
He's
years.
been on the football team for 4 years here at
He
Randolph
has
High.
also volunteered with the league
Prior
for
to that, he
4
played in
years.
Pop
He
Warner
also
for 7
participates
years
in
and
RHS
also
varsity
volunteered with the league
baseball.
for 4
His
years.
most memorable experience in football,
He also participates
being
on the
able to play
varsity
with his
baseball
brothers,
team.
Brandon and Brent
His most
White.
memorable
Upon
experience is
graduation,
being able to play
Brian
with his
aspires
brothers,
to
Brandon
attend
and Brent.
college.
Upon graduation, he hopes to attend college.
And finally, we have Kenneth K.J.
And our
Yellick.
final football player is number 48, Kenneth K.J. Yellick.
Kenneth K.J. is accompanied by his
He's accompanied by
Kenneth
his
Senior and
father,
Brianna
Kenneth
Champagne.
Yellick Sr.
He
and
has played
Brianna
with the Randolph
Champagne.
High School football team
He's been on the football team for 4 years. Prior to that, he also played in the Pop Warner League and has earned recognition as Player of the Week. His most memorable experience was scoring his first touchdown, and he dedicated his feat in remembrance of his late mother. Upon graduation, he aspires to continue to be an exceptional father and raise his son with pride and dignity. And for those who may or may have not read today's Boston Globe, a nice article about Kenneth KJ and his family.
Now time to introduce our senior cheerleaders. First is Gael Charles.
Next up, we're going to introduce our senior cheerleaders, starting off with Gael Charles, accompanied by Gardy Charles and Emmanuel Mark. She's been a cheerleader for 2 years and is also a member of the class council. Her most memorable experience related to cheerleading was the long bus rides that allowed her to bond with her teammates and enjoy their company. Crystal plans to attend college and become an ultrasound technician.
Next cheerleader is Kia Edwards. Kia is accompanied by Patricia West and Robert Edwards.
Next up, we have Kia Edwards, accompanied by Patricia West and Robert Edwards.
For 3 years.
She's been a cheerleader for 3 years here at Randolph, and her most memorable experience is competing in the cheerleading competition for the first time, and she plans to attend college after graduation.
Our next cheerleader is Crystal Eloisi.
Our next cheerleader is Crystal Eloisi, accompanied by her guest Marie Charisme. Crystal's been a cheerleader for 2 years. She's also a member of the Yearbook Club, the Photography Club, leading ladies and chamber singers. Most memorable experience is the cheering clinic for younger cheerleaders. And upon graduation, Crystal plans to attend college with the hopes of becoming a nurse or a veterinarian.
Our next cheerleader is Daphne Fonseca. Daphne is accompanied by her mother Maria Miranda and her brother Kevin Miranda.
Next up, Daphne Fonseca, accompanied by her mother Maria and her brother Kevin Miranda. She's been a cheerleader for 4 years. Her most memorable experiences related to cheerleading is meeting new friends and nice people and making it to regionals her first year cheering for the basketball team. She hopes to attend college, majoring in health science, and to become an ultrasound technician. I think that's our second ultrasound technician in the cheerleading group. Next up, Jaquasia Matthews, accompanied by her mother. She's been a high school cheerleader for 3 years. Her most memorable experience is being disappointed that so many teammates dropped out, but still being able to strive to succeed in having a competitive team. Upon graduation, she plans to attend college, majoring in criminal justice, and aspires to be an FBI agent.
Our next cheerleader is Beverly Mukoro. Beverly is accompanied by her guests Taisha Sims and Vivian Oroto. She has been a Randolph High School.
Our next cheerleader is Beverly Mukoro, accompanied by her guests Taisha Sims and Vivian Oroto. She's been a cheerleader for 3 years and is a member of the People to People Student Ambassadors. Her most memorable experience is going to competition, making friends and memories that will last a lifetime. Upon graduation, she plans to become a CPA and travel to every continent and become a People to People Ambassador delegation leader.
Our next cheerleader is Brianna Palmer. Brianna is accompanied by Taika Fields Palmer. She has been a Randolph High School cheerleader for 3 years.
Next up, one of the captains of the cheerleading squad, Brianna Palmer, accompanied by Takia Fields Palmer. She's been a cheerleader for 3 years and has been captain this year. She was also a cheerleader at Archbishop Williams for 1 year prior to joining Randolph High. The most memorable experience is meeting and establishing relationships with girls who she's identified with as sisters. Upon graduation, she plans to attend the Vancouver Film School in Canada or the Mass College of Art to become a special effects makeup artist.
Now we have Elizabeth Prostak.
And last up is the other captain of the cheerleading team, Elizabeth Prostak, accompanied by Lisa and Sarah Prostak. She's been a cheerleader for 4 years and captain for 2. She participates in gymnastics, the peer leadership program, class council, and the photography club. Her most memorable experience is the team bonding that she cherishes and going to competition. Upon graduation, Elizabeth plans to attend college, majoring in child development.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 RHS Senior Cheerleaders.
Those are the senior cheerleaders. And next up, we have members of the band.
Now we introduce to you the senior members of the band. First up, Cam Neal Daly, accompanied by his mom, Margaret Daly. Cam Neal plays the trumpet.
First
He's
up
been a
we
member
have
of the RHS
Cam
band
Neal
for 4
Daly,
years.
accompanied by his mother,
Cam
Margaret
Neal
Daly.
participates on the math team and in the jazz
Plays the
band.
trumpet.
His
He's been a
most
member of the band for
memorable
4
musical
years.
moment,
He's
playing
also
his
on the
first
math
jazz
team
band
and in the
solo
jazz
in
band.
2010 winter
His most
concert.
memorable musical
On
moment was when he
graduation,
played
Cam
his
Neal
first
aspires
jazz
to
band
attend
solo
college and study to be a dentist.
in the 2010 winter concert.
Next up
Upon
is
graduation,
Maxwell
he aspires to
Parker,
attend
accompanied by
college
his
and study to be a dentist. Next up, we have Maxwell Parker, accompanied by his dad, Don Parker. He's been singing and performing since he was 8 years old. He loves playing in concerts, marching bands, jazz band, and singing in the chamber choir and in the drama club. He's a member of the student council, which he's been a member of since 7th grade. His most memorable moment was participating in the a cappella chorus his sophomore year. He hopes to attend a college like University of Hartford or UMass Dartmouth to further his music education with the hopes of one day becoming a teacher. Next up is Jace Rottenberg, accompanied by Karen Rottenberg and John Forder. Plays percussion, has been a member of the band for 2 years. He's also earned the recognition to be called section leader and participates in the jazz band club. His most memorable musical moments are the multiple successful concerts he performed with the band. He thinks of the times he spent with his bandmates between performances, most notably on the bus rides to and from MICCA in 2010. Plans to attend college, continue artistic hobbies, and play more music as well as recording in the studio.
joined by his parents, Tom and Sharon Swain.
Lastly, Michael Swain, accompanied by his parents, Sharon and Tom Swain. He plays percussion, has been a member of the band for 2 years. He participates in the drama club and the Randolph Community Band, and upon graduation, he aspires to attend a technical college.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seniors from your
Those are the
RHS
seniors
band.
from the RHS Band. So a terrific showing, and congratulations to all of those football players, cheerleaders, and musicians on finishing up their Randolph High School career. And we are going to get set to kick things off, literally and figuratively, here at Randolph Memorial Field at Randolph High School. Again, this is Larry Azer for Randolph Community Television. Thank you for joining us this morning. And as you see there, focused on the east end zone.
Please welcome the Randolph High School football team.
I'm going to introduce the football team, the marching band, as you see there on your screen, on the west end zone. Those players come onto the field. And I'm joined here by Broadcasting Hall of Famer, Mr. Brian Howard. Good morning, Brian.
How are you, Mr. Azer?
I'm warming up.
I'm just warm. I'm just warming the seat until you. I'll wave to the folks at home. How are you?
That's Brian up there. Hello. That's
I like standing like Joe Buck does on Fox 25 when they're doing the games.
Okay.
Troy and Joe stand.
Good luck with that.
That and the fact my knee hurts. But other than that, and of course that's my
Jillian, wave to everybody at home again.
daughter. As you were announcing the cheerleaders,
Here, put the headphones on, Jillian.
little note of action. Your Randolph Holbrook Pop Warner cheerleaders won first place at the Reggie Lewis Center
All right.
competition back a couple of weeks ago.
Congratulations, girls.
Jillian, proud member of the team. They had a blast. I would say this much. I don't want to speak for her. Actually, I'll turn her mic on for 1 second here.
She can talk.
Turn her mic on
No.
for 1 second here. Now, would you agree that it was a lot more work than you realized to be a cheerleader?
Well, I thought it was going to be like one of those things that like you'll have practice once a week, but I ended up having it like 3 times a week and a game, and then I ended up making 3 competitions instead of 2, and I can only cheer 1. I meant 2 out of 3.
Well, you had a back injury.
Yep.
Basically, she had hurt her back. She was, now what's the position when you're the
It's a-
base? Is it a base? Is that the right term?
Well, I was doing a stunt that I had to stand up and a girl would have to jump on my back, and she was too heavy for my back, so I ended up hurting it.
So she took a little time off to get ready for the big championship cheerleading event, and they brought home 2 trophies.
Yep.
So very impressive. In fact, Jamal Griffin, I see out in the audience here today, president of Pop Warner, so maybe at some point we can coax him in.
Sure. Absolutely. So Bishop Feehan has won the coin toss, and they have elected to receive to start the game. Feehan in the white uniforms with gold pants. Blue Devils in the dark uniforms.
I'm going to ask a crazy question here.
Yeah.
You've been up here for a little while. The first piece doesn't move, right? Of the
the screen?
Screen, yeah.
I don't believe it does.
Now maybe it's just my glasses, but
no, there's a definite glare to it. This is one of the things you get with the brand new turf field, is because it's sort of a plasticky type of material. When you have the sun like you do today, it actually glares off the field. When it gets later in the day and the sun is more directly overhead, hopefully we'll clear up a little bit. Right now we're going to have our Randolph Marching Band perform our national anthem as they come out on the field. Our national anthem performed admirably by the Randolph High School Marching Band under the direction of Eric Laprade. Terrific job as always. We're running about a minute or two behind schedule, but that's only because we had so many seniors to introduce before the game, so I suppose that's a good problem to have.
Now, and I think it's a nice tradition, but I don't recall on senior day the band being introduced in the past.
No, this is first time the band seniors have been introduced, and the thought process behind that was that they're out here as just like the football players and the cheerleaders, and creating that synergy and partnership with everybody. And so we had them out there as well. Sharon Swain, heading up the Music Boosters, has done a tremendous job getting that program back on its feet again with all of her supporters and everybody.
Honestly, it's one of those things where I'm surprised it took so long for that for that tradition to start.
Good point. So we're going to get set to kick off here at Memorial Field on our, if you didn't catch us a couple weeks ago, our brand new turf field here in Randolph. And the kickoff is a good one down to about the 15. Hand picked up by Feehan, going up the middle, 25 at the 30, turning near side, 35, 40, and out of bounds near the 45.
Kick return by the Shamrocks, Isaiah Douglas.
That was number 21, Isaiah Douglas, for the Bishop Feehan Shamrocks. This is the second year that the Devils have played Bishop Feehan on Thanksgiving.
Now, who did? Do you know who the Shamrocks played previously?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I don't remember, to be honest with you.
One of the papers had Randolph playing Rockland from like 1968 forward.
Well, they did play them every year, just
Right.
not on Thanksgiving. They only played, as obviously you and I both know from announcing, but the Randolph-Rockland Thanksgiving rivalry lasted from, I think, the early to mid-'90s till about 4 years ago. And for a couple of years, Randolph played Bridgewater Raynham, and this is the second year playing Bishop Feehan.
Speaking of Thanksgiving Day games, it was interesting on, of course, the wonders of Facebook.
We should mention, right, just real quick, the bottom of your screen is a player down on the field. That's why there's the pause in action. The ball carrier being attended to, and now he's up on his own feet and walking off.
Tommy Locke.
Yep.
Apparently his parents had been cleaning out his old room after many years. And all the members of the football team, I guess, were given footballs from that Thanksgiving Day game when Randolph came out of nowhere, knocked Rockland out of the perfect season, out of the playoffs.
I think it was 40-8.
Yeah, it was either 40-8 or 40-6. That was on the was on the football. and
How do I remember that? I don't know.
well, it was just one of those things where I mean, it was not supposed to happen.
No, knocked him out of the playoffs.
That's why they play the game on the field and not in the newspaper with the stats.
That's right. Yeah, that was probably one of the most exciting games we've ever seen. And Feehan takes it 30 all the way to 20, 10, and gets the pylon, but it looks like he's knocked out of bounds before then. And that's about a 50-yard gain to start it off. So Feehan comes into this game with a record of 6-4.
That's a tough one because there was an initial missed tackle.
Yep. And Shamrocks on a 6-game winning streak. They started the year with 4 straight losses, and now they've won 6 in a row. So,
well, we're going to take a little look here and see if we can't see what he's still in bounds,
Right.
and out. Yeah,
they're going to mark him out at about the 2-yard line.
good job by the cameraman, and excellent job by the ref.
So it's 1st and goal from the 2-yard line for the Shamrocks. And he goes right into the end zone, the ball carrier, number 22. Matthew Allen on the second offensive play of the game. Puts the Shamrocks on top 6-0.
Bishop Feehan touchdown.
Well, there's
Scored by number 22, running back Mike.
no question that coming into this game, they had some advantages, Bishop Feehan. Hopefully Randolph can minimize those throughout the rest of this game.
Extra point kick is up and good.
I gotta admit, there's based on the fact that it's a greenhorn, I'm going to assume he's a Bishop Feehan supporter, but there's a young lad going back and forth on the lower level with a horn after that touchdown with no shirt on.
Well, at the first game here, there were 6
students,
Randolph students,
yes,
with no shirt on. That was a night game.
And that was a lot colder.
Yes.
Actually, where are they today?
I don't know.
They'd be like those guys that every time Pedro used to pitch, they'd be up in the that one section with their K signs.
Yeah.
They're the missing ingredient.
It's true. Where are those kids? So just like that, it's Bishop Feehan Shamrocks on top, 7-0 here at Randolph.
My contract with RCTV was for halftime only for the production van tour, so Stu's going to have to write some big checks here.
Yeah, well, you can get an extra cup of hot chocolate. So a kick is deep inside the 10, taken by Randolph out to the 20, and wrapped up around the 20. Is the ball carrier number 34, Armani Reed. So Blue Devils will start 1st and 10 at their own, looks like about the 19-yard line.
I must say, you have
1st and 10, Randolph.
much better vision than I. I could not make out those numbers for the life of me.
I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the monitor.
Oh, okay.
I can't see down the field.
I honestly should have brought binoculars. And it's not because of the distances. It's between, the Blue Devils jerseys and the reflection of the. Plus, the sun's coming right at us, where in the old press box, the sun went the other way.
That's true.
Yeah, well.
And today's Earth Science lesson was brought to you by Professor Howard.
Actually, interestingly enough, speaking of Earth Science, my old teacher, Bob Clark, was at the town hall the other day. By coincidence, I think he was.
How is Mr. Clark?
He's doing excellent. He actually looks identical.
He does.
He does.
I do see him because he's on the school committee in Freetown, Lakeville.
Yeah.
And I see him at events occasionally. And good man. So 2nd and 8 for the Blue Devils here on the 21-yard line. Quarterback is Brent White. And it's a handoff on the right side.
Now, what would you say this Blue Devils team relatively well? Keys to them pulling a good run at this game today?
Well, they've the defense is going to be the big thing for them. They started out the season with 5 straight losses, and they gave up almost 30 points, about 25. Actually, the first 5 games they gave up an average of 32 points a game. They lost all of them. The last 4 games, they were only giving up 16 points a game, and they've won 3 of them. And during that same time frame, their offense has picked it up a little bit, but the defense has really been the way. So that's going to be the key for them. There is a 3rd down pass is incomplete, and we saw at the last home game, they had a key interception and a key turnover to spur that victory over Case High School. A convincing 34-16 victory.
Now, I will say, this has been more, seeing the games on RCTV, that when the offense is rolling, even when they're not scoring, but they're controlling the ball longer, keeping time of possession, I think that also helped the defense in those games.
Yeah, definitely. They've got a good running attack with Reed and Facey, as they had last year as well. Brent White, the freshman, the sophomore quarterback, has displayed a lot of poise and had a couple of key completions in that Case game. But it's going to be 4th and 6 now for the Devils, and they're going to punt it away. And the left-footed kick is just across midfield to the 47, and Feehan gets it into Randolph territory at the 40, cutting back to the near sideline, the 35, the 30.
How is that not a penalty? There he goes. They threw it.
And a flag down near the 30, near the 38-yard line.
Yeah, definite. Could have been a clip, but certainly a block in the back onto number 22 for the Blue Devils.
And that's what's going to happen when the punt returner was heading up the middle and then made a quick turn to the outside. All of a sudden, when you spin somebody around,
I mean,
you're going to be put in a position like that. So.
Well, Estrella was about to position himself to make the tackle. He just basically plowed from behind, and it was a late flag. Luckily, they caught it.
Yeah, penalty knocks back the Shamrocks to their to the Randolph 48-yard line, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So with 6:23 remaining in the first quarter, Shamrocks up 7-0. They're on their second drive. They're again they're in the white uniforms, just going from left to right on your screen.
I tell you, this Feehan team definitely seems to be a speed advantage early in the game. Have to see how the Blue Devils counter it.
And that's one of the things you're going to see with this turf is that you can get much better footing. We know from years past that when you get to Thanksgiving on a field, there's a flag in the Bishop Feehan backfield. When you get to Thanksgiving, the field is just largely a mud pile, especially with all the rain we've had the last couple weeks. This field looks absolutely pristine. Now, granted, obviously, this is only the second game on the field this year, but even just after a couple days of heavy rains like we've had, this field looks in mint condition.
Well, there's no question in the old field, you'd have the areas where the grass was gone.
Right.
You'd have
between the 20-yard lines and between the hash marks.
But the other is the way the water used to drain off it is that a lot of times near your sidelines,
right,
especially down the 10 and the 20, very, very slippery.
Right. You'd have a little bit of a crown in the middle of the field, and runners would be literally running downhill if they were going towards the sideline or the end zone. So another penalty on that play and a tackle on the backfield by the Devils.
I tell you, obviously great tackle there, but the play before that, and again, unfortunately, I cannot make out the numbers, but we were talking about the issue of speed, and it was a great job of pursuit.
Yeah, obviously, speed is one of those things that can help both teams. And Blue Devils, as you said earlier, defense is going to be a big key to today. And
I wonder if RCTV has some binoculars.
Third and 20. Back to pass, and brings it down. Now throws it up deep downfield, down the middle, into double coverage, and incomplete.
Great job.
Intended for number 18, Christian Cook.
Good job of coverage by the Blue Devils.
Great coverage there by Randolph, and that's now going to bring up third and long.
I'll tell you, I may start a petition to bring back the blue and white jersey. Blue, white, and red. Pop Warner. If you saw the Pop Warner jerseys.
It pains me.
Because you could see, well, number one, just because I happen to prefer those colors, being a former Blue Devil fan. Not fan, but a former graduate. Always a fan.
And always a graduate.
But I can't read these numbers for the life of me.
There's a screen pass in the backfield and back across the 50, and
there you go.
Still going to be short of a first down by about 4 or 5 yards. So it's going to be fourth and about 4.
But I will say my last point on the jerseys is that this year throughout the Pop Warner games, of which I would see at least 2 a week, sometimes more because the daughter's cheerleading. No matter where you were, those jerseys are just so easy to read for the fans.
Oh yes.
For the broadcasters.
Absolutely. So 4th down, and Feehan's got a punt. And it's a high one down inside the 15. Fair catch.
Smart decision. This is definitely one of those games where you don't want to make any errors. Not that you ever want to make errors, but
no.
There are times when you may play it aggressive, go ahead, don't make the fair catch, try and make a big play out of it.
Yep, so fair catch at about the 16-yard line.
My point being the conservative play at this point is a smart move. See where it goes.
All right. First and 10 for the Blue Devils at their own 16, going right to left on your screen. They're at their 16-yard line. White in the shotgun, hands off up the middle, and a good run. by Facey.
Nice job by his offensive line, opening up a good hole.
Facey picks up 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Number 44, Princeton Facey with the carry. Gain of 6 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 4.
Tell you another another big, nice crowd here. In fact, I would venture to say one of the larger Thanksgiving crowds in a while.
Facey again takes it for.
He's awfully close. If not, he
Little bit
got
of
it.
a gain.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think he's got that.
And they're going to mark it as a first.
So Randolph picks up the first down.
Number 44, Princeton Facey with the carry.
Actually, I don't know if you remember when they first went to these different jerseys. We used to have Joel Kaplan come and actually spot.
Eagle Eye Kaplan.
Wow, it's just, you know, Gino Capoletti is a spotter. So I guess
That's right.
in my advanced age,
I'm with you on that.
it's okay to have one, right?
How about Jillian? You got good eyes? Can you see the numbers on the jerseys?
The Blue Devil jerseys. Not too concerned about the Bishop Feehan team.
No. Well, all right, you see who is catching the ball. You just yell out the number.
Okay.
White takes a high snap and bounces off near side and across. That's 44 Facey again.
Princeton Facey with the carry for the Blue Devils.
Nice second effort.
Tackle on the play.
It's a
made
gain of
by
about
number 55,
5 on
Christopher
that
Garza,
play.
Number 17, Michael Agnello for the Shamrocks.
It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Devils.
Second down and 4 for the Blue Devils.
So just about a minute and a half left here in the first period. Randolph down 7-0 on Thanksgiving. White takes a snap and hands off. And very little gain on that play.
Now, do you, the large crowd here today, do you attribute that to the weather, to the first Thanksgiving Day on the new turf? What do you,
Yes,
all the above?
yes. Well, we saw the homecoming game, the debut of this facility. Probably one of the biggest crowds, if not the biggest crowd I've ever seen here at a game. Reverse play by the Devils, and it's going to be very close to a first down. Is Reed?
Yeah, another one of those. The mark is going to determine. Looks like the initial mark.
Hey, then
looks
the
like a first.
referee on the far side is waving down the chain gang, so that's
All
another
right.
first down for the Devils. Take a look at this play, and gets Reed
First
coming
down
in
for
from
the
the
Devils.
far right side, eludes the ball, the tackler, and that's the key there. And then what a great little footwork play on
It
that
was.
one right there. That was the key. That was a tremendous display of footwork there. So Blue Devils have another first down at their own 39-yard line with 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Probably get off one more play before the end of the period. White again in the shotgun and he rolls out right now, keeps it on the option. And White gets about 4 on the play. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here at Memorial Field of Randolph High School. Teams are going to switch up sides. Blue Devils trailing the Bishop Feehan Shamrocks by a score of 7-0 here on Thanksgiving. Again, we thank you for joining us here on RCTV. This is Larry Hayes with Brian Howard and our journalistic intern, Jillian Howard. She's in junior RCTV, JRCTV. You get to put this on your resume now, you know.
Really?
Yeah, it'll help you get into college.
Cool.
Cool. You got to start early.
Yep.
That's right. You could be the next Heidi Watney. Have they hired? They haven't hired anybody yet, have they?
Nah, there's a lot of rumors, but actually, I think her leaving is more upsetting to me than Papelbon. But
oh boy. Well, I think basically what they do with that is they just get the next issue of Maxim magazine and.
Well, somebody wrote.
They hold up a baseball, a football, and a basketball, and if whoever can identify which the baseball one is gets the job.
Oh, somebody wrote that they were assuming that all the players' wives probably planned the farewell party.
Oh, I'm sure they help pack her bags. Absolutely.
Second down and 6.
Now remember, this is a family program, though.
Absolutely.
That home wrecker. All right, Blue Devils now on 2nd and 6. Up the middle, big run for a first down is Facey.
And
Getting across midfield.
I'll tell you, it was probably
Gain of 8 on the play. Just a burst up the middle.
he was.
Number 44,
There was a last-second tackle there. And otherwise, I had a feeling he was breaking for daylight.
Yeah, let's take a look at this play. White in the shotgun.
First and 10.
Gives it right to Facey, and
48-yard line.
right there, boom, missed tackle, and yeah, he had some daylight ahead of him. If
Yeah, I didn't.
Now again, coming on the near side, he's at the 40, 35, 30, and taken out of bounds around the 25. That is Estrella. A 24-yard pickup for Estrella, and yet another first down for the Devils. I think that's their 4th first down on this drive.
Well, look. I mean, just look at the.
Look at that high kicking.
And I'll tell you,
That's some good run in there.
offensive line for the Blue Devils again, just opening up some great opportunities for these Blue Devil backs.
First and 10 at the Feehan 25. White in the shotgun. Oh, and it gets away! It's back at the 40, 45, and White just falls on it. That's going to be a loss of 20. That is a real tough one. Fortunately, it didn't result in a turnover, though, but a loss of 20 on the botched snap. Take a look at this, and White looked like he didn't even react on the snap. Maybe it was a miscommunication on the snap count or something, but
Also 20 on the play.
ball just seemed to go right by him. I don't know if it even
45-yard line.
glazed his arm because it just went back 20 yards, which I suppose is perhaps fortunate, because if it hit off him, it would have gone back towards the line of scrimmage, and a defensive player could have picked it up, I guess.
And actually, to his credit, he didn't try and scoop it up and make a play out of it, because
Exactly. Read on the reverse.
the Feehan defenders were right behind him, and
Right, that is a smart play. Just get on there. And again, that's another one of the things with the field, where if this had been a muddy field, that ball might have just hit the ground and just stuck in the mud, or if with the cold weather you get this morning, might have hit a divot and taken a weird bounce. Here in the turf, it almost skimmed backwards towards the 45, just as if you were like skipping a penny on a pond. So Reed picks up about 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 26.
definitely a tough break.
Blue Devils have 3 receivers set now, and man in the far side comes in motion. It's a deep pass on the near side. It's got to be
He's open.
Wide open! Oh, and he dropped it. Oh, he had him wide open for a touchdown.
Oh my gosh.
Is there a late flag? Something just
That
got
was
dropped.
intended for Barrows.
Intended for number 9, Dante Barrows.
I swear. No, he picked it up. I don't know if they're doing.
Let's look at this. He fakes the handoff. White has plenty of time.
Brings up 4th down and 26
gets into
for
it,
the
and
Devils.
look at he's got about 5 yards on him, and right in the breadbasket and dropped it.
Oh.
That's a tough one.
It was a heck of a toss.
That was about 40 yards in the air.
Yeah, there's a flag, and I guess must have just dropped out of his pocket or something because he's going back to get it, but he's.
Well, he did indicate. Trying to see what's going on here.
Yeah, this is strange. I mean, I will say, taking a look at it, there didn't appear to be any interference, but we'd have to take another look at it.
There wasn't a defender within 5 yards of him.
I mean, obviously, I'll take the call. Well, we do have a flag.
Wow, personal foul.
Something had to have happened afterwards.
And that's a first down for the Devils. Oh, wow, what a turn of events here.
I wonder if they may have already gotten the recorder ready, but I don't know if we could take another look at that on replay because that's
against the Shamrocks.
Wow.
Brings up a 1st down.
So that's going to bring up a first down. So on a 3rd and 26, that was dropped for a pass. They pick up the penalty, and it's 1st and 10.
Oh.
Handoff up the middle, and second effort. Good play by Facey. Getting down to about the 25.
Number
The Lord,
24.
the Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away, and the Lord giveth.
That's right.
But
And on today, Randolph better be thanketh for that call.
all right, so that was a replay of the play we just saw. So
All right.
I don't know if they have the ability. I don't know exactly how the replay is wired, but I would love to know what the heck happened.
That was a very, I mean, it was a personal foul, so I don't know if it was a taunting.
That's the only guess because I didn't see anything physically.
Because like I said, there was such separation between the receiver and the defenders that it couldn't have been a physical contact. It had to have been something else. But either way, it's 2nd and 5 for the Blue Devils at the Shamrock 24. 6:15 remaining in the first half here. And after Feehan scored on the second.
I think we have a look here.
Yeah, this is going to be that play. Okay, great job, guys, getting this back up for us. So, deep throw. See there on the right-hand side of your screen is 5 yards of separation. And keep this going. So this is off his hands. He drops the pass, and let's keep this tape rolling and see what the flag is going to come in from the left side of your screen.
They're saying it was a late hit.
Player falls on him, but that's just incidental, I think.
Well, I mean, we're seeing that in slow motion, so maybe
the receiver's grabbing his head, but I think that's more of not that he got hit in the head. I think it's just more saying, I can't believe I dropped that. But well,
I think full speed is something where to the to the ref he must have called it as a.
I mean, if that's a pass interference call,
I don't think. But my guess it wasn't pass interference.
Right. It was.
He's saying
it was a personal foul. So that had to have been.
He's saying, listen,
either a late hit.
That's my guess is that was the call. I mean, in slow motion, it does not appear to be that way. But my guess is that must have been how it played out.
3rd down. White keeps himself on the option, and he's going to lose a bunch of yards here, folks. He's going to get taken down at about the 31. And that's going to bring up 4th and 11.
Number 54, John LaBelle with the tackle for the Shamrocks.
With 5:10 on the clock. And you see right there, good block by the on one of the rushers, but couldn't get the other one.
Loss of 5 on the play, 4th down.
So it's going to be 4th and 11 from the 31. Again, we thank you for sharing your Thanksgiving morning with us here on RCTV. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday so far. Blue Devils call timeout. And again, we're going to take you straight through halftime with the cheerleaders and the band. And see if we can get you a little behind-the-scenes view of things. If you've always wondered on what goes on behind the camera. And what goes into the production and bringing this telecast to you.
And RCTV Thanksgiving Thanksgiving tradition.
Right, that's, some people have turduckens and some have flag football. We do the tour of the truck of the production van. We always learn something new. And for those of you young people like our journalistic intern Jillian, who'd like to see how TV production works, we invite you to watch. So they're going to go for a field goal here. This is going to be a 48-yard attempt.
Oh!
Just short. Wow. I know we're not supposed to clap up here in the press box, but that was a 48-yard attempt by number 12, Jason Gonzalez, and that would have been good from 40, 42 yards. It wasn't that short. So a good drive, helped out by a penalty.
Another look, Larry.
Let's take a look at this field goal. So the spot is at the 38. You had 10 yards for the end zone is 48. That's a good line drive. Look at that kick. Oh, we just missed the end of it, but that was not that short, folks. And I could probably count on one hand the number of successful field goals I've seen kicked in a high school game in the last 20 years. And that easily would have been the longest one. So a good drive that had some momentum going for the Blue Devils, falls short. And Feehan takes over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. They just picked up 3 on first down, 2nd and 7. Back to pass and wrapped up by the Blue Devil defense. Huge sack. Big loss down to the 22-yard line. Trying to see who got in on that tackle if we get another look at it, but there were 3 pass rushers in there. And that's going to bring up about 3rd and 18. Timeout on the field. See if we can take another look at that sack, because that was a big defensive play. Here we go. And just right off the bat, no one even touched him coming off the right end on the near side.
Just wrapped him up.
Terrific. So that's a loss of about 10 or 11 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 18. 3.5 minutes left here in the first half. You score still, Bishop Feehan 7-0. So Blue Devils have done a good job, again, after giving up a touchdown on the second play of the game, to keep this within striking distance.
3rd down and 17 for the Shamrocks. They're on 23-yard line.
I tell you, I mean, you know, Feehan had that opening drive. They made it look quick and easy, and since then the Devils have.
And here comes the ball carrier on the near side. Oh, and
there you
wrapped
go.
up. Tremendous open field tackle by Estrella. Barely got across the original line of scrimmage.
He did a great job.
I think that was number 22, Matthew Allen, for the Shamrocks.
Allen was about to try and do another cut move, and he said, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Let's take a look.
So plenty of time there and a screen pass on a crossing pattern. Back to live action. Feehan gets a good high punt inside the 40 and is bobbled, and I believe Randolph covered it though. Number 12, Gonzalez.
That's like when I was talking about earlier, signaling for the pick.
Yeah. That was a very high punt, and especially with this sun and so on. So Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10 at their own 39, going left to right on your screen. Still trailing 7-0, 2:42 remaining in the first half.
See if the Devils can answer with a
Randolph at the 39-yard line.
some points before the half. Maybe we'll see a field goal. I will say it's been a while since I've seen a field goal attempt in high school football. It seems like it's a long lost art.
Number 34, Armani Reed, the ball carrier for Randolph.
I will say that I've been impressed with the mix of plays Randolph has been running here today.
Sam has a run. Oh, good footwork there.
A little shaking and making. It was down. It was down.
So Stray gets. Let's see, they're going to give him 3 on that play.
Xavier Stray, a big ball carrier on the play. Tackle made by number 6, Joseph Agnello. For the Shamrocks.
Tell you though, I wouldn't mind seeing another few long deep passes. That was exciting.
Look at this footwork by Estrella there. It's pretty nifty, and you see he's down there before the ball gets out. So not a fumble. So 2nd and 7 inside Feehan territory again. Ooh, a high snap.
Another one, yeah.
Back to pass.
Here we go.
And he throws it deep. He's got a man open again, and oh, it's overthrown.
Tell you, that was right.
That was
right outside the fingertips.
It was like right there.
There's Gonzalez.
Let's take another look. Is there anything better though than the collective emotion of the crowd as they wait for that ball to get thrown when they know he's going deep?
Yep.
I mean, you can hear that they all stand. It's awesome.
And that's a good pass. And look again, separation, but that one was just a little overthrown.
Not by much, I'll tell you. That was close.
So 129 remaining in the first half. Again, still 7-0. So it's a good game.
I'm actually amazed, considering how much space Feehan's given up.
They've given up some yardage.
Back on the secondary there. But on those two, I mean, in both of those cases, Randolph, the coverage was such that, the first time, as you saw, the ball was dropped, and in the second case, it was just by inches. I have a sneaking suspicion they'll be.
I think before the end of the game, they'll connect on one of those.
Yes, I would agree.
I think they've got their number.
There's Pico.
Yeah.
Rob Pico in the house.
Robbie, yeah, he was.
I was about to say Karen Drive representing, but it really wasn't Karen Drive. He was on the.
He was on.
Kathleen, maybe.
Kathleen or Kristen or.
Yeah,
Kimberly.
I think it was Kathleen. When
he was he was on the corner there. Yep. But yeah, he had emailed. He put out a broadcast email and said, "Where should I go for Thanksgiving?" And I said, "Rob, you got to come back to the alma mater." And he made it back. Glad to see him. So it's 3rd and 7 now. White takes the snap, and it's going to be a flea flicker on a screen, and I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Facey caught it, but he lost about 5 yards on the play, so.
Yeah, that one had a chance to get ugly. Bad things could have happened on that one.
Let's take another look at this one here. So White takes the shotgun snap, and I'm trying to see who threw that. That wasn't a stray, was it? No, that was. No, there was a. Yeah, that was a stray who threw that. Well.
Pass is complete. Tackle on the play made by
A complete pass, but it lost 5 yards, so it's 4th and 15 with 1:11 in the game.
1-1-1-1.
15 for the Blue Devils. 47-yard line.
That's right, and it is the 11th month in the year 11.
With 1:11 left to go at half.
For all you numerologists out there. So it's a low snap. He picks it up off the turf and gets off a pretty good kick down inside the 30. Takes a Randolph bounce to the 20.
There you go.
And it's going to go out of bounds to the 16, so about a 38, 39-yard punt. And again, not to belabor the point, but that's one of the other benefits of the field turf. The low snap, it just skidded right to the punter. And when it hit the field when the punt landed, took a nice bounce and roll for the Blue Devils.
It was funny when the ball hit the ground. You can see all the little rubber pellets going up. Yeah.
That's what gives it the field a little bit of give, but it's not like you're landing on a mattress by any sense. So as a deep pass on the near side, he's got a receiver. Oh, and incomplete. Good coverage by the Blue Devils. Double coverage there.
Pass was incomplete, intended for number 22, Matthew Allen.
So we have 52 seconds on the clock.
Now, I'm assuming, Mr. Azer, that we can expect the band and the cheerleaders to be performing at half?
Yes.
So we're going to have
we'll do that.
Some fun ourselves, but we're also going to make sure that we do not miss any of the...
Absolutely. And there's a run on the near side. Close to a first down. See where they spot it. I think they're going to give them the first down.
Andrew Murphy to number 17, Michael Agnello.
So first down for the Shamrocks, 35 seconds remaining. Oh, and he's wrapped up for a big sack.
There
we
awesome.
go.
That is awesome.
That away, Blue Devils.
That number 40, again, having difficulty with the numbers. Well, it can't be 40 because there isn't one.
No, it was a 40.
Oh, is there? Okay.
That's the second sack of the game. Big sack. Just pancaked him.
It is 40. Can you see that on the replay?
Emmanuel Neal.
Sack on the play for the Blue Devils, number 40, Emmanuel Neal.
Yeah, Emmanuel Neal.
That was awesome. I mean, he wasn't giving up, and
the PA announcer said number 40, so I'm going to go
with
with that.
with him, absolutely.
Then again, maybe he's listening to us, so.
Well, if we both said it, it's got to be true.
Sure.
Or we could both be lying.
We announced.
Well, we both could be wrong. We're not lying.
We're not. It's not intentional. We announced by consensus here at Randolph. We just sort of see what's going on. So 14 seconds left, and Feehan takes a knee. They've had enough. So Feehan probably thought, after scoring a touchdown on the second play of the game, that this would be some easy pickings here at Randolph, but nay, nay, nay.
No question, and the nice thing, quite frankly, is that you actually have, it's been a while since the Blue Devils have gone into halftime at Thanksgiving, where the game can go either way. Some of those games against Bridgewater Raynham, they were over at half.
Those were mismatches of the end to the nth degree.
So this is actually,
and the last few years at Rockland weren't and Rockland was a team that liked to pile it on. They weren't not exactly one of the most sportsmanlike programs I can ever that I've ever watched. Just saying. Just saying.
No, they. I think there was one game we were at, and I think it might have been the game we just referenced earlier.
They
where the parents were actually
they were booing,
heckling their own
team.
They were so mad
that they weren't scoring more points.
That they weren't going to be going. That's perfect season. And to me, it would have been a time to kind of console the players because they were giving it their all, and things just weren't working out.
Well, yeah,
those Rockland parents.
They were booing their own team for losing and getting knocked out of the playoffs. But there was another year that Rockland had a huge lead and was actually letting up a little bit, and the parents were.
The band is running out.
And the parents were complaining that they weren't running up the score.
Now you would think by running out. Now you got to get your breath and I mean for the horn section.
Yeah, but you see
that can't be easy.
Well, you're forgetting here. These are finely tuned athletes.
That's true.
Now, Brian, have you seen them perform before? Did you see the first game, the homecoming game?
I saw them at the.
Or you probably saw them at the pep rally, maybe.
Yes.
And did they do their whole?
The Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't give it away yet. Don't give it away for the people watching. But this is a tremendous performance. We're going to send it down to the field for the Randolph High School Marching Band under the direction of Eric LaPrade.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Randolph High School marching band. A great job. And we're doing a steady cam here, so there's no cameraman. This is just me, you, nothing else. We're setting up. Larry Hayes is going to be up on the roof here. This is a brand new press box, part of the entire package of what Randolph has put together under the leadership of the town manager, David Murphy, our town council and the school committee and superintendent. The cheerleaders will be performing, the Randolph cheerleaders will be performing. These are not the Randolph cheerleaders, so we're not actually going to be showing these cheerleaders. So this is our time to give you a little bit tour, but when the Randolph Blue Devil cheerleaders come on, we'll certainly go and show you what's going on, or apparently we are going to be showing the Bishop Feehan cheerleaders. No, we're back. So Larry Azer is about to give you the action upstairs. Bishop Feehan cheerleaders, and Larry is
all right, everybody,
live.
Welcome. This is Larry Azer up here on the
We're almost
roof
there.
of our brand new press box here at Randolph
Turkey
Memorial Field.
transmission.
We have behind us,
Turkey
we're
transmission.
shooting.
effort.
This is the Bishop Feehan cheerleaders. You just saw the absolutely fantastic performance of the Randolph High School Marching Band. We have up here on our camera Matt Fitzgerald. Matt, a Randolph High graduate class of 2009, and has been volunteering for RCTV since
2007.
Since 2007. And you are where are you attending now?
I am a junior at Curry College.
They grow up so fast. And what are you studying over at Curry?
I am a communication major. I have a concentration in television.
And I've seen your updates. I think just recently you were covering the campaign trail, right?
I was this past Tuesday. I was up in Manchester, New Hampshire, covering President Obama's speech. So that was a lot of fun.
That was fun. What other stuff have you done over there?
I've been to ESPN. I've been to Fox 25. I've covered different events around the area. I'm also the assistant news director of the radio station there, so we do a lot of election stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
That's terrific. And what do you hope to do when you graduate?
I hope to work at a TV station somewhere.
Well, I tell you, folks. So for those of you who are watching at home, we were, we had our journalistic intern Jillian over there. Matt, one of the fine products, and continuing volunteer of RCTV, as myself and Brian and everybody else, we all just came up. And if you're interested in TV production, and whether it's announcing or camera work or directing or whatever the case may be, come on down, 961-7228, RandolphCommunityTV.com, and get volunteer. We'll train you, we'll put you to work. But the scene down here, we got down the other side there, on our far end, that's Joel McMillan. He's one of our AV technicians for the district. He helps set up all the wiring and the sound system and everything. And he does a terrific job for everybody here in the district. And you can really see the eagle-eye view of the field down here, as we're going to get ready for the second half. Let's send it down to Brian Howard, who is going to show us a little bit more of the behind the scenes. Let's see, is Brian down there?
Had a hard time following you with the, unfortunately, the turkey cam, the turkey transmission, getting the signal from upstairs to the van, not having the best of luck. And for you people watching it at home on 3D TVs, there you go. Does that make things a little crazy? I couldn't hear you. If you could turn around, our microphones are live. Great job by the Randolph Double Blue. Actually, the Blue Devil Band did a great job. The cheerleaders.
Yeah, what happened to the cheerleaders?
Did not perform. I don't know.
We're
going to have to get to the bottom of it.
They were occupying the sidelines. What happened? Yeah.
I don't know.
But that band, huh? How about that band?
Yes, that was the production they did at the beginning of the year.
Is that impressive or what? Not only do they play instruments, but they can dance.
Yes, that is a skill within itself.
Yes. All right, so I guess we didn't go down to the van?
We're not, time-wise, we allotted our time to the band.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, they earned it.
Maybe we can, maybe we'll do that later.
I'm a firm believer in...
Absolutely.
You got to earn it. Mr. Lamar, how are you?
Oh, there's your horn down there. Let's see if I can spin around this guy.
That's true, Larry. Here, show the sign here. Is this not great penmanship? Now, you didn't use anything to trace that. This is real handwriting, right?
It says, "Go Brothers White." Brian, Brandon, and Brent.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that is, there's no tracing, no.
How do you write like that?
That's all freehand?
That's all freehand. This is the real deal.
That's
Nice job, guys.
unbelievable.
Cool.
All right. We
Look at
have
that.
the whole family's here.
Yeah.
We got grandparents and Laurie. Actually, I gotta keep leaning over, right?
All right, we gotta.
You gotta reset the camera.
There you go.
There you go, Larry. You're doing a great job.
Yeah. See, you had Jillian's name on there. Now that your name's on there, Jillian, you get to be a card-carrying member of the Community Television Brotherhood.
Lucky me.
Welcome.
Just for the people at home, she does not have glasses like her father. Those are style decorative glasses, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I don't get that. I mean, when I was that age, I didn't want glasses. Kids this day apparently want glasses.
Glasses
Right.
are awesome. They make you look smart.
They make you look smart.
I don't need to study. I'm just going to put on my magic
It
glasses.
works though.
How about you actually be smart?
If you're on honor roll, then
Well, that's true. So I think what Julian's trying to say is
Must be doing something right.
if you have an 89
I
average,
just got these yesterday.
if you have an 89 average,
You wear the fake glasses, they'll give you a 90.
you get the 90. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all in the presentation.
I wish I knew that 30 years ago.
Dress to impress.
Well, I just got these yesterday. I don't know how they work, but they look cool and they make me look smart. Oh yeah.
Your mother must be so proud.
She is.
All right, we're going to head back to the football field for some action.
We actually got a game going on here. Oh, and it's an extra effort
A great game.
by the ball carrier. Facey on first down, picks up about 8 to start the second half.
Now, the one thing I do want to do in the second half, and hopefully he was sitting just outside the booth when I came in this morning, is to get Jamal Griffin from Pop Warner. As you know, that's a very important part of feeding the high school team, the youth programs.
Yeah, as you heard from the announcements for the senior announcements before the game, most of these players played at Pop Warner for some period of time before coming up to the high school.
They did, everybody here. In fact, we were just talking about Laurie Lamar. Laurie's, good morning, Mary Beth. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving. We were talking about Laurie's very involved at Pop Warner still to this day.
So Facey picks up 3 and another first down for the Devils. We also hope to have Athletic Director Tony Price join us up here for a couple minutes and give us a recap of the fall sports season, a very successful sports fall here at Randolph High School. And maybe give us a little bit of a preview of the winter sports, which are going to start. Practices start in the next week or two. So it's 1st and 10 at the Randolph 35. Blue Devils going left to right on your screen now. White in the shotgun. He's got several receivers to his right. Facey now goes in motion to the left. Handoff turn in the left corner and heading upfield for a gain of about 5 is Facey.
Actually, what I'm going to do before we lose track of the second half time, I'm going to go see if Jamal is actually out there. I'll be right back.
I'll come.
All right.
A second set of eyes. We'll be right back, Mr. Hazel.
Well, she's got 4 sets of eyes.
That's true.
All right, as we see Facey there on the, again, making the second effort to turn upfield and getting out across the 40-yard line. So 2nd and 5 for the Devils here. Blue Devils still trailing, only 7-0, keeping it close. A high snap by White, a short, oh, and it's deflected and picked up by Randolph. Reed catches it, and that's going to be a loss of 2. What a weird play here, and you see this, and that could have been an interception, and almost could have been a penalty. He may have hit Facey before catch was made.
Test our microphones here, make sure they're working.
Well, that was quick, Brian.
I'm fast, Larry.
Oh,
Actually, trust me, it was all about where he was sitting, not my quickness.
I've heard that about you. All right, so 3rd and 7. White in the shotgun, draws back to pass, and he's going up downfield. Oh, he's thrown into a lot of traffic here, though.
Yeah.
That's going to be intercepted.
We have a flag.
Well, and based on the way that Bishop Feehan coaches are reacting at the other end of the press box, that's going to be a penalty against Feehan. The question is whether it occurred before or after the interception, though.
I'll tell you, being a Catholic school, those were some interesting words.
I almost just did a spit take with my hot chocolate. That's thrown into like quintuple coverage. You have to see where the flag comes in, though.
No, the flag came in.
The flag is there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's an interference call based on where it was thrown, but.
Oh, well, that's another fortunate break for the Blue Devils.
It is.
All right, so while the referees are figuring this out, Brian, why don't we...
we're joined here by the president of Pop Warner. We've been talking about how the importance of Pop Warner feeding into the high school team, and we have the president of Pop Warner here on Thanksgiving, Jamal Griffin. Jamal, how are you? Let's make sure you're on here. There you go.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Morning.
Wonderful day for football. Wonderful day for family. Wonderful day for the community.
And I will say that I think I mentioned to you before how impressed I've been with the program this year with Pop Warner. You're the president, obviously. You get to kind of run the events and do so with a great group of volunteers. Tell us about the season they had. I mean, tremendous successes this year.
The season we had on the football side in the chair was absolutely outstanding. Just speaking, going down the line, our A team, which is the older group of boys that we have playing football, actually won the Division II Hockomock Championship this past Sunday. They beat Dedham 15-13. Our B team lost in the semifinals. They had a great season, winning record, made the playoffs. Like I said, they lost in the semifinals. Our C team actually qualified to compete in regional competition, and they went out and they lost in New Hampshire to Amherst Patriots. They were a couple games away from going to Florida.
Wow.
Our D team also had a winning record and lost in the semifinals in the Hockomock tournament. So it was a great season competitively from A through D. At the lower level, the E teams, we actually had 2 teams. That's about 50 kids playing football between the ages 7, 8, and 9. We had one team that was 9-0, and we had another team that was, I believe, a 500 team. So all in all, it was a great year. In the Hockomock League, which we compete, there's 35 other programs. We actually had the second highest winning percentage of all the programs in it with a 75% winning percentage. It was a great year for our program. On the cheer side, we had 3 cheerleading teams. Our B team, which is the older group of girls, they actually placed first.
Wow, and they're going to call that complete again for Randolph. And the Bishop Feehan coaches and fans are absolutely going out of their minds. And the referees signal it complete for Randolph. There might be a riot on our hands here by these Feehan fans.
It's the turf. It's the turf.
Let's look at this. Into double coverage, and I don't know how he came away with that, but
clearly Feehan had the ball on the way down. Great job wrestling it out, apparently.
I guess that's what you call home field advantage. Gain of about 15.
Outstanding play. Just as baseball, the tie goes to the runner.
That's right.
Tie goes to the offense.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But back to the girls' side, the B team actually finished first place just recently in Boston at the Reggie Lewis Center for the New England Share competition. Great play, great play.
What a catch and run.
Another first down.
A definite swing of momentum here. Randolph is certainly feeding off these opportunities presented to them. But it was funny, my daughter had the headphone on earlier, and we were talking about the cheerleading, and she was saying how much she didn't realize just how much hard work went into it. I think a lot of times people focus on the football side and those athletes, but a lot of great athletes on the cheerleader side.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Just going back to that, just getting back to the chair side, our B team finished first place in the New England Chair and Dance competition in Boston about 2 weeks ago. They also were awarded as the grand champion. The other 2 teams that competed was our D-level girls. They actually placed fourth. It was a great event, and our might team, the E team cheerleaders, actually placed as well. So it was a great day for the cheer. All the girls competed, all the girls had fun, and they placed. So which it means they're having great success on the cheer side as well as the football side. It was a great year.
The one thing that I really enjoyed seeing this year were so many of these games being on Randolph Community Television. The fact that you have people involved in the program that are willing to go out and tape these games. We're going to break for action here.
Oh, and incomplete.
That was, where are we now? Just want to make sure, third down. I think by continuing to highlight these games, when people are, young kids are flipping through the channels, my kids will be flipping through the channels, and they'll stop when they see something. And so it's great for the players to be able to see themselves, but it's also a great tool for the program to try and continue to build the program.
With that being said, it wouldn't be right for me to say anything else but this. I would like to personally say from our organization to Randolph Community TV, thank you for giving us the opportunity of airing our games locally in the community. It's been great. It's raising awareness about our program. Going into this year, just based on our numbers.
Oh, White gets away, but then he's wrapped up for a loss back near the 40-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th and long.
Well, he clearly has the arm, as we've seen a few other times today, so I have a feeling we're going to see another one of those passes where everybody stands up and kind of holds their breath for a moment. Oh, yeah, there's no question Randolph Community Television provides a lot of tremendous opportunities for organizations in the community, and to the credit of Pop Warner, you folks took advantage of those.
No, absolutely. I think this past year, our participants, football and cheer, we increased by 20% over last year's total number. So this year we had a grand total of 236 football and cheerleaders. I'm very, very curious to see what's going to happen next year, just based on the help and support from the community, and especially Randolph Community TV, raising an awareness about our program.
And that's a good line drive punt. Takes a Randolph roll down inside the 10-yard line and marked out of bounds at the 6.
I was kind of expecting...
So the Randolph drive stalls, but they make some good progress, and with 3:07 remaining in the third quarter, still trail only 7-0.
I was kind of hoping and expecting a little toss into the end zone, but can't have everything.
Well, you consider that, like you said, Brian, that they're still within striking distance, and this is a Bishop Feehan team that has won 5 games in a row. They've given up only 15 points in those 5 games, while scoring an average of 34. So very impressive showing here by the Blue Devil defense, which, like we said at the top of the game, was going to be a key for them.
Jamal, what's the best way if people who are at home watching want to get more information about the program? And
fumble down. Did the whistle blow?
It appears that they're saying.
Looks like it might have, though.
Yeah.
Our website is www.randolphholbrookbluedevils.com. Again, that's www.randolphholbrookbluedevils.com. And there's all the information you need is there. There's contacts, there's telephone numbers. We're very visible in the community, but that's probably the best way to get in contact with us.
And the other thing I thought that was neat is this year to the coaches, they had kind of like their own little business card type.
That's correct.
So if they could actually, if people came up to them, they saw, the jersey they were wearing or the jacket, they could give them a card so they could quickly give them something that they could then give to their parents or to the parents with the parents are the ones who asked about it. And that's another great. I never thought about something like that, but that's a neat idea.
I mean, the biggest thing we're trying to have amongst our volunteers, our parent volunteers and community volunteers, is even though the season starts on August 1st and ends around, just before Turkey Day, you as a member of the community, people are going to recognize you, whether it's February 1st, March 1st, June, July. So at all times, just be ready to talk about our program and what's happening, what's going on, and how to continue to attract more attention about our organization. So it was a great tool, a great vehicle to use and pass information about our program.
Oh, there's no question that it's all these different ways, these methods of, in this day and age, people focus on the Facebooks and the and the Twitter and emails, but a lot of times that direct connection that personal connection really goes a long way, and I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
All right, well, the Bishop Feehan Shamrocks taking over after the punt. They are 1st and 10 at their own 22, or rather 3rd and 10.
Now we have our athletic director coming in just a moment. Jamal, what are you doing today for Thanksgiving? What's the plans?
Today, after this game, after this wonderful Blue Devil Day, it's Blue Devil Day all day. I'll be at home having a Blue Devil dinner, watching a little bit of football, and hopefully seeing some future Blue Devils, or I should say something we can aspire and set goals to with our kids in our community on the tube this afternoon.
Now, in past years, a Blue Devil dinner would include homemade chili.
That's true. Chili used to be the mainstay of the football program up here.
Used to keep us warm on many
Gloria,
a cold night.
Gloria Sullivan started that tradition back actually in Pop Warner, interestingly enough. So a good 20 years. That was the staple. But
hey, who said we can't bring it back?
That's right. If you're going to bring one back, I'm all for that one.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, Jamal, we thank you for coming in and sitting down with us. We definitely appreciate it. Also, Jamal's a member of our Board of Recreation here in town. Another great program. So,
and congratulations to you and everybody in the organization for just a tremendous year and for everything that you guys are doing for the kids. Long run at the 40-50. He could go 40, 35, 30, 25, and finally taken down at about the 10. But not before a run of about 70 yards.
Unfortunately, 2 broken plays have really been the key to success for Feehan here today. Still have some opportunities for the Devils to strike it back on defense.
Yeah, let's take a look at that play. Just a handoff through the middle and cuts up the left side down 35-40, and he's off to the races. And taken down in pursuit, finally locked down by number 34, Armani Reed. And so 1st and 10 at the 11, and Feehan takes it down to about the 5. All right, and now we have in our next segment this morning, we, as promised, we have our new athletic director, Mr. Tony Price. Good morning, happy Thanksgiving, Tony.
Same to you, Larry, and same to you, Brian, as well.
So it's been a very exciting game so far.
It has. I think this shows the potential that Randolph football team has had all season long. We're hanging with a very tough Bishop Feehan program, and we're playing very good on both sides of the ball right now.
Yeah, we thought, our fears were after Feehan scored on the 2nd play of the game that this could get away from us, but we just finished the 3rd quarter and it's still 7-0.
Absolutely, and I think part of that was the emotion of senior day today. So I think everybody's a little bit plus the 10 o'clock game in the morning. We weren't quite awoke yet, but I think
on that.
I think once Bishop Feehan came down and hit us in the mouth, we woke up right away.
Yeah, just some great defense and some exciting, some good passing plays. Brent White making a couple of connections there, and of course Princeton Facey is always the workhorse on the ground. So finishing up the fall sports season, as we mentioned at the top of the game, Blue Devils, similar to this game, the season came out slow out of the gate, lost the first four games, and then a couple of real tough overtime losses that we mentioned, which is rare to have even one, but to have 2 in 3 weeks. And then aside from that, they've won out, so they're 3-6. So and really making some good progress here.
Sure, and a couple of those games, the overtime games, one in the Southeast, and I forgot the other one, but we were right there, had a chance to win it, and Situate was the other one. I'm sorry, just couldn't pull it out down the end. But I think that was some of our better games of the season.
And so when you look at the last 5 games, 3 wins and 2 overtime losses, what that means is that at the end of 4 quarters in the last 5 games, the Blue Devils have either been winning or tied.
Right.
And that sustained kind of performance really has to be something positive to build on.
And I think another note that most people won't know, Larry, to address that is we got to keep in mind that the coaches have had to juggle players in different positions. We had different rotations, so it's not an easy task to do, but the coaches have done a superb job in getting our players ready for those games.
Now we got Feehan here, 3rd and 5. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown, and the Blue Devils wrap them up. So it's going to be 4th and 3. And so one of the events the football team, the cheerleaders had was postponed because of the monsoon we had a couple weeks ago. Was I think at least the second walk for breast cancer.
Yes, it was last Saturday here on the track. We had a chance to finally go around the track, and we had a good turnout. Some of the members of the community came out, as well as the football players and the cheerleaders. I think by having it postponed, we probably could have got more people that were originally going to schedule for the first one couldn't make the second one. Plus, our JV football players had a game that day, so we didn't get the crowd as big as we want to. But next year, we'll definitely have it, and I'm sure it'll be a big crowd, big success.
Well, and Feehan just kicks a field goal, about a 20-yard field goal to go up 10-0.
Steve Moore just popped in and wanted to let us know that they've successfully filled a number of pallets of food being donated. Today people had an opportunity to donate to our local food pantry.
There's that kid again. Let me see if I can get a picture of him. Where did he go? Where's that kid?
I don't know, does your camera work that good, Larry? I don't know.
He's down there.
There he comes again, running right by you again.
Can we get our little handheld on here? There he is. This is this little shirtless kid with the horn there.
That's good. That actually shows the sight vision issues I'm having.
Yeah, because we're going through a screen in the sun.
So that helps.
But we're in our nice new press box, so no complaints there. Line drive kick at the 30 and brought and big hit there. Picked up by number 25, Jean-Marc Lusant. So we mentioned the breast cancer walk, and mentioned at the top, nice article in today's Boston Globe on one of the players, KJ Yellick. Strongly encourage you to read this, but a nice story about actually a couple of students who faced with a challenging situation. KJ and his girlfriend had a child over the summer, and in June with his girlfriend, and talking about the challenges of juggling not only just being a student and a teenager and raising a child, but he's stayed and been a key part of the game. And
yes, it's actually a great story, Larry. It's a story that when you think about Thanksgiving, you think about families, and here you have a young man and a young woman. Actually, both parents are students currently. And they've had a child, and the good thing about it is that they're a family and they're working hard to better their education. They didn't let it derail their education, and that's one of the great stories that's one of the great facets of the story, is that they really continue to focus because they know that they have to do this together, and they know that they have to create a better future for both themselves and their son. So It's an excellent story. I encourage anybody to get a chance to get the paper and read it. I think you'll be moved and touched, and it just says, again, it reflects on the wonderful, diverse students we have here at Randolph High School.
And White passes, it's incomplete under the middle, and again, with this story, maybe you can talk briefly. What kind of support systems are in place with the school and the community, for these two young people? And
well, I think one of the key ones is that we have a daycare center right in the high school, so that they can bring their son there. They know he's being taken care of. He's well kept during the daytime, so that both Brianna and Kevin can just focus on their academics. KJ is given time to go to work if he needs to. Also, while he's trying to maintain a good GPA, he's allowed that flexibility from the coaching staff to miss a practice or two to work on his grades and keep his grades up. So I think there are people that have been very supportive of him there. And him and Brianna, they know that's not an easy journey, but they got family support. I'm sure they're getting love from the community and the churches that they go to, and they're getting all kind of support from people who want to see them be successful.
Right, and again, it's you hit the nail right on the head there, talking about especially having this story come out Thanksgiving, the message of family and community, and it just I encourage you to check that out in today's Globe. So as we head into we're in the final quarter of the football season. We also want to wrap up the fall sports in general, and just a tremendously successful fall sports season at RHS, Tony.
We did. We had a good success. You know, as you may know, or many people in the community may be familiar with, both our soccer teams, the boys and girls, made it to the state tournament. You know, and they went to the soccer team. The boys team won their first playoff game ever, beating up Southeastern, and then they ran into Canton right after, who was a very good team. And our girls did a good job going down to Old Rochester, played them right to the end, played a very talented Old Rochester team, senior laden team, and held their own. So we had a lot of success there. You know, of course, the volleyball team, second-year program, they had their first 2 wins in the history of the program, and the JV program also was successful. I mean, we just had some good success across the board. And the football team is, you know, again, their record doesn't reflect their effort, but they have been playing very well all season.
And there's another deep pass for White.
Come on.
Oh, it's slightly underthrown and incomplete.
Now, the volleyball, real quickly, on the volleyball side, is that a club team, or are they now playing in the division?
No, they're now varsity. This is a varsity program.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 years ago they started as a club team. Then last year was the first year as a varsity team, and this year is the second year of the varsity program. And we have enough. You know, the good thing is we have enough young students who are interested that are filling up both a JV and a varsity roster. And of course, I can't forget the cheerleaders. They've also had some success this year. They've competed in a regional tournament. They've been very solid for us as well, performance this year. So we've had a lot of great things happen this fall.
Yeah, it's been very exciting, and you know, get back on the soccer teams. It was the first time in the history of the school that the girls' soccer team made the tournament.
Yes.
And just tremendous hats off to them. And we had Makisha Germain broke the school scoring record.
Broke the school scoring record. She's also was recently named to the Patriot Leather All-Scholastic team for the fall. So I'm sure there'll be more awards and accolades coming her way, and as well as other players on the team. We've had some, you know, it's always, we know it's a team effort, and we want to recognize the whole team. And before I forget, I want to make sure we don't forget about the cross-country program as well. They had a good year as well. It was a big transition for all our teams because, as you know, this is the first year we were independent.
Right.
So everyone had to go through a transition this year, and I think all the student athletes handled that very gracefully.
You're absolutely right. And then in particular for the boys soccer team, third year in a row in the tournament, won a tournament game for the first time. I think speaking to the coach after that game, it was their first, only their second tournament win ever. The first one came about 15 years ago. And the coach for the soccer team, Ed Wyand, longtime teacher here at Randolph High School, and couldn't happen to a nicer guy, really, having the success with the soccer team and with the tennis team, who's been one of the best in the state the last couple of years.
Yes.
You know, again, it's all about the players, but, you know, tip of the hat to Coach Wyand for having a little bit of run of deserved success for him, too. I'm sure he's thrilled for his players.
And I'll tell you, Larry, I had a chance to meet with each team, the fall team, as the season concludes, and I can tell you right now, the boys soccer team, they absolutely adore Coach Wyand. I mean, they look at him as a father figure. They're very fond of him. So when they play, they represent themselves, but they're definitely playing for him because, you know, he's gone through some rough years here as well. So it's good to see you get back into that. Yeah. You know, an investment of time that he didn't give up on these kids, and these students realize that he really believes in them, and they give him their all.
Yeah, he's. I think I mentioned at the school committee meeting that the teams were at that when I went to Randolph High back in the 80s, and with Brian as well. My class, the class of '88, the soccer team went 0 for high school. They went 0-64, and some of my friends who were on that soccer team when I was sharing the success of the team, they were thrilled for them as just fellow athletes, fellow alumni and students, and sharing that bond. That even 20-25 years apart, we're just really excited for them.
Sure, I think you see, even today, if you look at the stands today, Larry, you see that there's so many people that have come back today to be a part of this game and to really just support the teams here. And I think we're going to see that change and attitudes of people coming back more now, not just because we have a brand new field, but I think people are realizing, you know what, these young people have done nothing wrong, and it's great to come back and support them. They are our future. And you talk about the teams that went 0 for their career here. Well, they did lay a foundation, and sometime when you're a trailblazer, you're not around to see the results of that.
That's right. Yeah, good point there. And so 5.5 minutes left, and we had a timeout on the field here. Talking to Athletic Director Tony Price. Blue Devils trailing 10-0 here on Thanksgiving, and so this game today officially represents the end of the fall sports season, right? And
yes.
Right around the corner, winter sports.
Winter starts.
How's that looking?
Starts on Monday. We have our boys and girls of basketball. We have the wrestling team. So cheerleading also will be doing in winter time. So we're going to be up and running. The swimming boys and girls will be running. So a lot of our athletes, some of them are in the fall, will be rolling right over to the winter sports, and it's time to get rolling for that. And we're looking forward to some exciting times on those programs as well.
And one of the other changes, we have the new football field and track facility. We also last year renovated the basketball gym over on the poolside gym.
Yes.
New floor put down, nice new logo, and so the basketball team will be playing in there, right?
Yes, we'll have all the games there this year for boys and girls, and we're looking forward to them getting started. Again, there's just a lot of excitement. I think the fall team it's time for them to pass the baton. They did a good job with their heat of the race. Now it's our time for the winter to go ahead and run their leg, and then we'll pass the baton on to the spring teams.
And I like that analogy that it's not just sort of separate programs. Obviously, you get a lot of the kids participate in multiple sports, but I think you speak to that camaraderie just in general amongst the student athletes, and a lot of the coaches are continuous as well, and obviously your job to try to pull it all together. And I think you see that the kids support each other on different teams, whether it's going to cheer each other on and so on.
Right, and we want to continue that as we just watched Bishop Feehan score a touchdown. We want to continue that.
Yeah.
We want to continue that camaraderie. We want to build that relationship. We're reaching out to the community groups. You just had Jamal Griffith, the Pop Warner coach here. We want to make those relationships with our youth programs in the town and let them know that we want to be a part of their programs and we want them to be a part of our programs.
Yeah, there's no question that when you have players who've played in successful youth programs and programs where the coaches communicate with the school department and their athletic side, that continuity can go a long way. No question, and there was a period of time where I think that hasn't been there, and you're starting to see it come back, and
Yes.
I think in the long-term dividends that you'll get from that are tremendous.
Sure. And Brian, one of the you can have a new physical field here, new physical features, and you can improve those, but the last thing that always is toughest to change is attitudes. And once people realize that this is not the old Randolph, this is there's a lot of good things going on. You'll see a lot more community support, I believe, a lot more relationships established.
It's funny, for some reason this field, it's almost like it's always been here now. We're a second game in, but it already feels like, something, this is home. And,
Right.
and I think that there's no question that, and I'm really excited to see some of the new sports, to see volleyball now as part of the program. I think it's great that we're branching out into some new sports that the students have, because I'm going to assume the students said, hey, a group of students got together and said this is something that interests us.
Right. Obviously I wasn't here when they came into fruition, and we've had other players approach me the school year about the possibility of a boys lacrosse program. So, we'll listen and entertain those ideas, obviously within reason. And some of them may start out as club programs and see how the interest really grows from there. And then if it's something that we can finance and fund, of course, and it doesn't put too much strain on our resources, we'll look at adding it as a sport. But right now, we make no promises. I tell everybody right now, we're entertaining ideas, but we're not going to make any promises as adding the new sports. Let's make sure the ones that we have up and running now are competitive, and then we'll look at adding additional sports later.
Right, it's a great point. Because really the point of high school athletics is great opportunities for kids to do things. We've always said it's not about the wins and losses, and obviously we enjoy when they win games and when students have either collective or individual successes, as happened many times recently over the years, and that's terrific. But so about creating opportunities for kids to not only be physically fit but to learn teamwork, responsibility, and study after study after study shows that kids who are involved in athletics and other extracurricular activities do better academically.
Sure. Well,
because you develop that work ethic, those habits,
the discipline, right?
Yep.
And also, what it does, Larry, it gives you an opportunity to network.
Right.
These guys today are on the field as combatants, but you never know down the road they may be in the same class at some point in time where they can help each other with class projects, or even further down the line, they may be networking for future business partners here.
Right.
And I think we have to talk a little bit more about that in athletics, not just worry about the wins and losses, as what the opportunities athletics can bring you. Some of these kids can travel across the world with athletics, and we hope that they take advantage of those skills.
Well, I remember hearing the Honor Society, they have had a tradition of every year they invite back an alumnus to speak. And a couple of years ago, Kate Sullivan, we were talking about Gloria Sullivan's Chile, and Kate Sullivan, who graduated, I think about 10, 15 years ago here from Randolph, Iowa, was a tremendous athlete. And she's, as you just said, she has literally, her career has taken her around the world, not necessarily as an athlete, but in the business world. but develop those experience and the confidence that you develop as a student athlete, and those types of skills, leadership. Just one of many examples.
Well, I can tell you, Larry,
people
coming from the collegiate level to high school, that one of the things we would encourage our college athletes is we would tell them that many employees today are looking for athletes. That's the first line of people that they're looking to employ now, because they tend to be good hard workers, have all those skills you just mentioned, characteristics, but also when it comes to paying health insurance premiums, they're less likely to get sick. So who wants to pay all the health insurance premiums nowadays, and health costs that are rising. So employees are looking for athletes now for the job pool. So sports really can open a lot of opportunity, open doors for you.
And there goes Astray on the far right side. Looked like he was trying to find a receiver and didn't get any. Picked up a couple of yards on the play. And we also have the track teams, the indoor track teams coming up, and have obviously had some really tremendous success.
Yes.
The last number of years.
We do. They're starting Monday as well, and this year we're actually going to be looking. We need a girls track coach right now. We're in the process of hiring and interviewing people for the girls track coach, but they've had some success over the year, and they'll be running at the Reggie Lewis Center. The schedules, if anybody's interested, they're up on highschoolsports.net for all the winter teams, so you can go there and look at our schedules, and we hope everyone will come out and support the teams.
Yeah, definitely. For the games are open to the community, not just parents and students. Usually just no more than a couple of bucks, if anything, to get into the games, and come out on a winter night, and especially the basketball games are usually later in the day. So if you're coming out of work, come on down to the gym and watch them play. And the track meets I've been to a couple of times at the Lewis Center, obviously top-notch facility, and the Pop Warner cheerleaders that we talked to earlier about. They competed there. And so just, great season. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning here. So congratulations on your first successful season, and best of luck on the second one. And we look forward to many more.
We're making a lot of positive strides. Yeah. It's not an easy process. I hope the community understands it's not an overnight sensation. We're going to take it step by step, and we'll get to eventually the goals we've set forward, which is to build a competitive athletic programs and preparing our student athletes to go to the next level.
Well, Tori, appreciate all your time and effort, Tony, and taking a couple minutes to talk to us. And happy
Brian,
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Always
Thanksgiving,
a pleasure.
guys. Thank you.
To you and your family, and we'll catch you next time around.
All righty.
All right, there's Mr. Price right here. Wave to everybody. Say hi to. So it's second and about 15 here for the Blue Devils. Again, just about 2 minutes left in the game here. Blue Devils down, trailing now 17-0. White drops back to pass, throws a deep one. And it's completed, close to a first down. And I think that was Estrella again.
I'll tell you, the job of athletic director, very underappreciated. The amount of hours that you have to put in, crazy. Because you have games on nights and weekends, and the scheduling and the league meetings and the MIAA meetings. And
White throws deep and knocked down, but no flag on the play. And, for those who don't know Tony, he's been a resident in the town for a long time. He came from Simmons College, where he was the basketball coach there. And as Tony referenced in his comments, it's about more than just the actual sports themselves. It's about developing quality young people. Tony's written a book. He's written a number of articles. He has he has a blog online. Tony is a quality individual who really cares about the whole student, not just the athletic part of it, but that we have quality kids in these programs, and like I said, developing the skills that'll help them throughout the rest of their lives. So we're really glad Tony's here and doing what he's doing. White again throws under and incomplete.
And it's something where, for some students, there were definitely students back when we were in high school that, high school was more about playing the sport, and they kept their grades up and did what they had to do.
Right, because you've got to stay academically eligible, so sometimes, you're right.
For some, that's the draw, and that's an important part of it.
The sports can be that carrot. you know. But like I said, it develops the work ethic and the discipline. You know, same as you need to learn your plays for the football team. You need to learn your math and your history and science and so on, and you need to have the discipline to practice and train, and just as you need to do that for studying. You know, obviously, lots of parallels. Same as with the cheerleaders and the band, and they need to learn their music and learn the moves and so on, and same type of work ethic. And there you see right there, young KJ Yellick, who we were talking about.
It's
really been one of the underrated players on this team. But the way that his teammates and coaches talk about him as a real leader on and off the field.
It's too bad 17-0, really separate of two broken plays.
Just a couple of big plays.
Big plays for them, broken plays for us, and this is a different game, and that's too bad because they played a tough game, a good game. They have a lot to be proud of here today, but also throughout the season.
Yeah, like I said, they came out of the gate, lost 4 in a row, not really close games. And then starting with that overtime loss to Southeastern, really turned their season around. The next week they beat Cape Cod Tech. The week after that they had another tough overtime loss, and then you had the homecoming game here where they beat Case pretty soundly, and then 2 weeks ago they beat Bristol Plymouth. So finishing on a high note. And again, this is a tough Feehan team that, if you remember from last year when we were announcing down there, this is a program that has won multiple championships over the last 10, 20 years. And, as I said, just this year they've won 6 in a row, 3 of by shutout. And so for Randolph to keep him only to 17 points is a significant accomplishment just in itself.
Now, the former athletic director, did his son go to Bishop Feehan?
I believe he did.
Yeah.
Mike McGrath.
That's
yeah.
what I thought. Might have been. Any McGraths on today's schedule?
I don't think so. No McGrath. So we got 45 seconds left in the game. It's 2nd and 12 for Feehan. They're going to take a knee here, and that should run out the clock. So again, what the weather forecast for today at the beginning of the week was supposed to be very cold and miserable and rainy, and it turned out to be a very nice sunny day. It actually warmed up even a little bit.
Still cold, but
it's still a little cold. but you're a young kid. You can handle it.
She also put her winter jacket in the RCTV van.
Well, that may not have been the best idea in retrospect, but so your final score today here at Thanksgiving: Bishop Feehan Shamrock 17, the Randolph Blue Devils 0. That wraps up our 2011 season. The Blue Devils finished with a record of 3-7. And that not only wraps up the football season, but also the fall sports season in total. As we talked to Tony Price, winter sports start next week. So again, we want to thank everybody here for tuning in to RCTV. Again, I'm Larry Azer. That's Brian Howard. That's our journalistic intern, Jillian Howard. And for all the cast and crew here, we thank you for joining us today, and hope you have a safe and happy Thanksgiving holiday and the rest of your weekend. And
if nothing else,
our Dave and Alex.
Alex, great job directing here today, and
we had Matt Fitzgerald up on the roof. There's
Stu.
Scary Stu.
Scary Stu. Out of the mouth of the children.
Mouths of babes.
But I will say on today, Thanksgiving, it is something where I've certainly learned as I've gotten older and now have kids, and you wrestle with a lot of things in your life, and the daily trials and tribulations of being a parent, and but also dealing with your parents as they get older and deal with sicknesses, and you know, days like Thanksgiving, you really need to
Gobbles this turkey.
kind of sit back and appreciate everything to be thankful for, even with all those things in your life that keep you busy. So enjoy today, be thankful, folks, and have a safe and happy holiday and Christmas season.